Welcome, everyone. Episode number 86 of Talkin Kentucky. My name is Coleman Scott. His name is Cannon Holmes. It is Thursday, February the 15th, the day after Valentine's Day. And Cannon, did you have a nice Valentine's Day up there in Western Kentucky?
Well, funny story about Valentine's Day. I went to a coffee shop because, that's what you do when you're single on Valentine's Day. Yep, and I asked them what their special of the day was because I thought, I'd get a cheap coffee, and they told me the special was you buy a coffee and you get some flowers with it. So needless to say, I got something else instead.
That doesn't really work out that well when you're single. I don't think that deal really works out very well. Am I frozen, Caden?
Yes, you are frozen.
Okay, well, my computer just totally acts totally fine, and then as soon as we start talking Kentucky, the things just decide to go south. So, that's just what it's been lately, Caden. Just things haven't been working, lately over here. His technical difficulties, but
yeah, it seems like when the it's usually the host that has this problem. Can you turn your camera off and back on at the bottom there?
Is that going to do any good? I'm the host. No, because everything on my screen is frozen. So okay. I can literally, nothing is happening. I can hear you and I can talk to you, but other than that, nothing's really working that well. I mean, I can exit out and come back in. That's always an option that I could.
You could try that, or I could just watch your frozen face for the next hour. So
it's funny because I was literally going to talk about the fact that I've been having some technical difficulties on Talking Kentucky recently, and how in the middle of the show my computer screen just decides to freeze, and I did not expect it to happen at the very beginning of the show. But nevertheless, Caden,
here
we are. If you want to talk about your Valentine's flowers or lack thereof, or coffee or anything, or
okay, I brought up the holidays over here, so I can go on the holiday spill if you want to exit and come back in real quick. It looks like Clyde's in here, so we'll see if he has anything to say about the holidays.
Well, I want to hear about his Valentine's Day too, so I'm gonna get out of here and come back in. So we'll reset, as we say. So
all right, sounds good. Well, welcome in, Clyde. You said we're getting blown out on Saturday. I want to be a little more optimistic. They did just beat South Carolina by 100, but I did see where they also lost Appalachian State earlier in the year, so you never know what's going to happen in the SEC. But while we wait on Coleman to get back, I'll go over the holidays real quick. So today is Annoy Squidward Day. I have not kept up on my SpongeBob, so if you're into that kind of thing, it's Annoy Squidward Day. I think SpongeBob probably annoys Squidward every single day. It's International Angel Man Day. It says knowledge is power, so find out how to spread awareness about Angel Man syndrome. So I guess this is actually pretty serious holiday. I don't really know what Angel Man syndrome is, but Love Reset Day. You are invited on a journey of love that needs to start from within. So I guess this is kind of like a find yourself day and hope. Oh, there he is.
I'm back already.
Coleman, you got back right as I said. It's Love Reset Day. You want to know what that is? Give me guesses.
It's when I go out and I come back in, I guess, is what happens.
I guess it's because it's February 15th, the day after Valentine's Day. You got to reset your love. It says you are invited on a journey of love that needs to start from within.
Okay. All right. Well, I can get behind that.
But yeah, reset, just like you said. Just kind of like, what was it last time I had reset? You said just like, was it Kentucky? It was Louisville.
It was Louisville. That's right. It was a complete reset. You had like something was going on with your computer, and you said you were doing a complete reset, and I was on here by myself, and I said that's what Louisville basketball needs to do, is a complete reset. So
that's what we needed to do when the third straight time we lost in Rupp. That's what it felt like. But
see, now I'm not having any problems on here.
Yeah, it looks great.
But I'm on the opposite side of the screen now. You think?
That's messing with me.
Yeah, I mean, do you think we should switch back or leave it?
I'm afraid that if we switch, you're going to have to do another reset.
I know we might have to do another Louisville complete reset or something like that. complete hydrolysis. Isn't that what Miles Osland says? Complete
Is that what he says? He has other things he says. It's probably not appropriate for the show, but I haven't heard that one.
That's probably right. I just can't. It kills me. Our comments it's hard to focus on what we're talking about on screen because like people are having a completely different conversation in the comments. It's pretty funny. But anyway, before I did my Louisville basketball complete reset, we were talking about how it was Valentine's Day and everything. So Caden, you got offered flowers. You did not accept them. Is this the same coffee shop that has the connection to Patrick Sparks, or is that a different coffee
No, shop? This one is in Hopkinsville. It's actually my favorite coffee shop around here. It's called Lassiter's. But my question is, why are they having a special with just one coffee on Valentine's Day? Like, if you're going to do a special, it needs to be 2 coffees and a flower, right?
2 coffees and a flower. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, you need the coffee for sure, and then your significant other needs the coffee, and then also the flowers.
Are they trying to get like single girls there or something?
Like, I guess.
Are you gonna bring your date to Lassiter's and say, okay, we just get 1 coffee, I guess. You can have the flowers though.
Well, I mean, you could share the coffee. I mean, my girlfriend and I do that. We often
that's cute.
Share coffee. Yeah, we did that the other day. In fact, we got a cup of coffee and we shared it. So
I've heard of people sharing desserts. I've never heard of people sharing coffee.
Well, when you're grad students, that's what you do.
Yeah.
But speaking of Valentine's Day and speaking of share, well, I'm not going to be sharing these with you because you're not in the same state as me right now. But I got these Nerds gummy clusters for a part of Valentine's Day. Now
that brings back some memories.
Well, these are awesome. Yeah, and these aren't even the pink ones. These are the blue ones. These are the very berry Nerds gummy clusters, and this is where it's at. I mean, she got me 2 bags of these, so that's how I know I'm her Valentine.
Well, the first thing I think of is that bracket we did, right?
Yep, the candy bracket. That's right.
Yeah, the candy. No. It was the interview bracket. Remember? What's his name? The football coach talking about his favorite candies.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Who was that? Mike Leach, yeah. He loves the gummy clusters, doesn't he?
He said, those are good. He said, you have to go all the way to the drugstore to get them, but I do. So, yeah. Clyde's favorite Nerds is the Nerd Grape. Hope you like grape. Mike Leach is he confirms it indeed, yes. That's right.
Looks like Clyde's being the negative one now. Jonathan says Clyde's that enough with that negativity. Cal's going to take you off his fan club list.
Oh, we wouldn't want that.
Yeah. We wouldn't want that. Coleman, you want me to finish up the holidays real quick? There's a couple good ones left.
Sure.
So it's National I Want Butterscotch Day.
Okay.
I feel like we've had that before. We've talked about butterscotch on this show. I just don't remember when. I did not have butterscotch today. Did you have butterscotch today?
No, I'm having some Nerds gummy clusters right now, though.
The really important one here is it's National Wisconsin Day. Oh, and God. I can't say anyone here or in this chat is fans of Wisconsin, but it's National Wisconsin Day.
Hey, I talked to somebody in Wisconsin today. You know who
Did you talk to Noah Meninga?
No, I did not. You know who I talked to today, Caden?
Who?
I talked to Steve Siegel today.
Oh, yeah. Well, is it Wisconsin Superior? Is that where he's at?
Like that. He's way up there. Yeah, it's where it snows. He's where it snows up
that's
there.
That's where it snows in May up there.
Yeah, that's right. So I celebrated National Wisconsin Day without celebrating Wisconsin basketball. You know, 2 of the most recent bracketologies that have come out. You know, if we're going to talk about Wisconsin for a minute. We would have to play Wisconsin in the second round in one of these. So first weekend, round of 32, play Wisconsin. And then another one was playing Duke in the second round. So I don't even want to think about playing either one of those 2 teams. Can you imagine if we lost to either Duke or Wisconsin in the second round? Caden, that would not be good. That would not be
So
good.
That tells me Duke is not very good this year. We'd be having to play in the second round. Well, what are they going to be, like a 10 seed?
Also tells me we're not very good this year. No, we would be a 6 and they would be a 3, I think, is how it would be.
Did you
Isn't that
see
how it
where?
works?
Yeah, second round, six versus 3. I think you're right. Because first round, 6 plays the 11, and then the 3 plays the, is it the 12?
I think so.
Or 13? I can't remember.
No, the 5 plays the 12.
What does the 3 play?
The 14, I think, because the 2
Okay.
plays the 15.
Yeah,
I know that because
right.
we lost to St. Peter's. So, but yeah, we play the 14, or the 3 plays the 14. I think 2 plays the 15. So, yeah.
So what seed? So what seed are? It says we're going to be 6. Is that what you said?
I think that's what we're projected as right now. It's like a 6. Yeah. So,
do you think we'll end that way?
Well, we'll find out. It could have been a lot worse. We didn't win the other night, Caden, which we're going to get into all that for sure. But I've got Lexington in my background. Caden, you've got Louisville in your background back there. You want to elaborate on why you've got the city of Louisville back there in your background?
Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of Louisville, but I was thinking of more Kentucky places, and I stayed in that hotel back there. You know, it's called the Galt House. Coleman, I think you stayed there a few times in your trumpet playing career. But if for any of our viewers, this is where the Kentucky Music Educators Association happens. So if you make All-State in high school, you go there. If you play in intercollegiate band in college, you go there. If you're in the choir, you go there. Really, if you're a band director, you're definitely there. So it's kind of the place to be in February in Kentucky. But another reason I made this as my background is because, Coleman, there are 2013 championship posters, banners hanging up everywhere in that city. Does someone want to tell them they didn't actually win?
Well, Caden, you just got to let them have their fun. They don't have anything else to do, so they're going to hang their 2013 banners around.
It makes me want to just like draw an X on all of them.
Yeah, well, the NCAA did.
Yeah, every time it has an asterisk beside it, so every time it brings it up, it says they didn't actually win this.
Yeah. Well, they got the one hanging in the Center that says #1 AP coaches poll. That's not a joke. Remember, I made the reel of Cartman laughing from South Park at their banner.
Yeah, that was a good one. I think Indiana probably has one that says we beat Kentucky one game in 2012. That's going to be Indiana's banner.
Jonathan says, show them the rig we saw on the street. I'm not sure what that means. What the rig you saw on the street?
Yeah, we saw this thing. It was the weirdest contraption I've ever seen. Like, they connected all these trash cans from the second floor, and they were just like throwing trash down this long tube of trash cans into the garbage. Oh. Have you ever seen that?
No, that sounds like Louisville, though. Bunch of trash. So you said they were throwing trash down the street? Is that
from the second floor into the garbage bin? Were
these high school kids doing this?
No, it was like workers.
Were they band director? Okay.
He says it looked like Dr. Seuss.
Dr. Seuss, spelled Dr. Seuss. Yeah. Well, I hope nobody minds me eating these Nerds gummy clusters. I got a lot of candy. You know, Kaden, I think she was very clever. She said that you're not a nerd, you're an intellectual. And then she gave me milk duds and said, I'm not a dud, I'm a stud.
Well, she does know you're a trumpet player, right?
Yeah, so I'm not an intellectual. Oh. Yeah, I'm not an intellectual, that's for sure. But you know, I guess we should talk about Kentucky basketball a little bit tonight. You know, we won against Ole Miss, and that's great and all, I guess. But everybody's acting like we just won the Super Bowl. But we just
because we beat unranked Ole Miss, yeah.
And they were, if Ole Miss won the other night, it was going to be their third time ever winning at Rupp Arena. So I don't think we should celebrate what we what we should already be doing, right? And then everybody's like, "Oh, Cal did his press conference. Well, good for him. He has to do his press conference. He's doing his job." Did
Yeah,
you see?
he said I got to go do this radio interview now, so everyone doesn't get mad.
Yeah, did you see what he said about that? Yeah, that's so that gets me into this thing. I want to talk about Cal fatigue because I believe I and a lot of other people have Cal fatigue, and this is people are gonna get mad at me for saying this, and I'll probably end up on some other podcast. People playing this back, but Caden, I think we could win the national championship this year, and I would still want Cal gone next year. Are you picking up what I'm putting down, or am I crazy to think that?
I would be happy for national championship for the program.
I would be happy for the program.
It wouldn't change my mentality completely. No,
I would be happy for the program. Obviously, I'd be happy for Cal, but I still think it'd be time to part ways. Even if Cal won a national championship this year, because of that stuff that he did the other night, saying, "Oh well, I got to go do this radio interview, or people will get pissed off or whatever." It just talking down to the fans and everything, and having to go through the same old stuff every year. Of him finally realizing we need to play small ball now that we have less than 10 games left, right? So,
yeah, I was thinking about that. The last time we looked good was when Trey Mitchell was playing the 5.
Yep.
And then we had a bunch of guards in.
When was that? June?
November?
Okay.
Yeah, June in Canada. No, I don't know.
Yeah, we look good in June. But the reason he played small ball is because all our 7-footers were hurt. And people are saying, Caden, that the other night against Ole Miss is the best game we've played, or most complete game we've played all year. Do you think that's true? Because I didn't get that vibe watching it.
I didn't see the first half. I didn't feel that way in the second half, but I didn't see the first half. How do we look in the first half?
Well, the end of the first half was pretty good, but the first half of the first half was pretty bad. So, yeah, I don't see. I guess maybe defensively we were good, but offensively we were cold. We were really cold in the first half until the end.
I bet Rob wasn't cold.
I think even Rob was cold, actually.
Oh, that surprises me. Clyde says Cal don't care about Kentucky anymore. Now Clyde can't be getting all negative on us. You get mad. I'm just saying, Clyde, you get mad when we say this stuff. So you need to reel it in over there.
We need to give Clyde a break. He's a good fan. He's a loyal fan.
He's a loyal fan of the show, but I gotta call him out whenever it's due.
Yeah, that's right. We do.
It's all in a loving way.
It is. But so let's talk about what games we have left. We have Auburn on Saturday. We have LSU next Wednesday, which, by the way, I'll be at that game. So look for me. I'll be in the lower.
How are they looking these days? How's Matt McMahon doing?
I think they just beat somebody, didn't they?
Was it Vandy?
I think they did beat Vandy, I think.
Well, who hasn't?
But yeah, well, Texas A&M didn't beat Vandy. You see that?
Yeah, they lost at the buzzer, didn't they?
Yeah. Yeah, that's and we lost to Texas A&M. Did you see that stat the other day that this year is the worst record for AP top 25 teams against unranked opponents ever?
I saw that.
We have a losing, or I guess the AP top 25 is a losing record this year against unranked opponents.
Was it on the road? I saw a stat, some on the road stat too. It might have been
could have been on the road. Yeah.
Yeah. It was a losing record.
Home, but
well, I was just looking. Auburn lost to Appalachian State earlier this year. How does that happen?
They lost to Israel too. Remember that?
Well, I didn't even know Israel had a basketball team until I saw that.
Yeah, that's right. But yeah, Pete McGregor says better defensively, but still needs work. Yeah, kind of that. That's how I feel, Pete. Like, I don't think we've been as good offensively is that Georgia game. Like we haven't, and I know everybody says the Vanderbilt game, yeah, but it's Vandy, right? It's Vandy. It's so I don't really count that. Georgia, we looked great offensively, but we haven't been on the same level. I feel like we've gone cold shooting wise since that game. So,
didn't Cal say we just need to get 10% better at defense?
I think he said 8% better. Yeah. I don't know how he came up with that number, but he did say 8% better. Do you think we're 8% better on defense?
No, I think he said he wants to see us get that much better on defense. That's how I interpreted it.
Did you think you saw that against Ole Miss?
No. Not the second half. I didn't see the entire game, but I thought we looked better against Ole Miss. But
I think they just had a bad shooting night. I think Ole Miss had a bad shooting night. I mean, I don't think you could credit that to defense, right? I mean, it's like in football where the defensive backs, the quarterback throws it like 30 yards over the wide receiver's head, and then the defensive back sitting there like going incomplete. It's like, yeah, but you didn't do anything, right? That's kind of how I feel about us.
What percentage would you want to see us get better on defense to be confident about a Final Four?
Let's say 100, probably. Did I say that? No, but in 50? In all seriousness, like we don't have to be good defensively. We really don't.
Yeah. We just got to stop the threes, really. Put Ugana in there to get the blocks, or Trey, whatever, and then stop the three. Make them drive.
We just have to be decent. Like if we can stop or hold teams to under 80 for sure. I would say if we can hold teams to the 70s, I think we can win, because I think we can consistently put up 80. Don't you? I think on almost any given night, even if we play bad, we can put up 80. Don't you?
Well, last game we lost. How much did we put up? I'm going to try to find this.
Well, there was that one game against South Carolina. We only put up like 60, right? But that was kind of an anomaly, I think.
But it always seems like that anomaly happens when we play like Kansas State in the tournament or West Virginia in the tournament.
And there lies the problem. But Marcia says, if you're not that, I don't know how you're going to make them faster. I have a question. I want to know why he did not keep Oscar. He would have had a Final Four. Bradshaw waited to the very end, and so did Oscar. And Oscar would have stayed. They're both going to be gone this year anyway. It's a no-brainer. I don't get it. Kane, do you think Oscar would have considered staying if it hadn't been for all that Hunter Dickinson stuff and all that? Like, do you think Oscar would have considered staying at all if Cal persuaded him to?
I don't know. I think it was his time, honestly.
And honestly, I don't know that we would be that much better with Oscar this year. That's my opinion. I love Oscar.
Well, he wouldn't make us better defensively. We do better at the rebounding, but defensively, he was not great.
But offensively, he wasn't great either. I mean, I love Oscar, but he couldn't shoot, right? So, like, he's not like Trey Mitchell where you can spread the floor with him. I think he would have clogged the lane, right? I don't think he would have been good.
He would have given us so many more opportunities with our shooters. He would have got so many offensive rebounds. That's the thing that he would have done well.
Yeah.
We're getting killed on the offensive glass right now.
Why do you think that isn't rebounding just a hard thing? I mean, Barry Henson, said that, rebounding, it's size doesn't matter, right? So,
well, I think Oscar proved size doesn't matter. Wasn't Oscar 6'8"? Oscar
wasn't that tall.
No,
he got a lot of but to me, Oscar just felt like there was like a magnet to his hands. Like, It's not even that he was boxing out and stuff. It was just like the ball just naturally came to Oscar for whatever reason.
I think it was just because he was so good at positioning and knowing where to be. It made it look like that.
He was.
I think that's a talent.
And I don't know, like, I feel like we can be really good defensively. So I think Reed Sheppard, now, on ball defending, I think Reed Sheppard is one of our best defenders, don't you? I mean, he has those times. I think even Cal said this, that Reed Sheppard is kind of like the Rob of defense. because Rob Dillingham will be awesome, and then he'll just like punch somebody in the face and foul him. It's like, why'd you do that, Rob? You didn't have to do that. You didn't have to punch that guy in the face.
Yeah.
And Reed will be great defensively. He can get steals like nobody else.
But he'll take chances every once in a while where he'll just leave a man wide open. But
he'll be guarding a ghost in the in the locker room or something like that. So I don't understand. I mean, this team just isn't very consistent. But I feel like Reed is probably one of our better defenders. Ugana, obviously, at the rim. I mean, he got the Rep Arena block record the other night for Kentucky players. With 10, right? I think.
And Jordan Burks, honestly, he's bringing a bunch of energy, aggression on the defensive end.
Yeah,
right?
Burks too. Yeah,
he's a spark. I think he's a space. They say Shepard and Dillingham spark flow off the bench. I'm starting to think Burks is.
Well, so I want to. Don't you think Dillingham's another good defender too? Like,
I think so.
I don't think he gets burned. And then obviously offensively, you want to start those guys. I just still can't understand why you don't start Dillingham and Shepard, because
I think we've said this every episode since like episode 60.
Well, everybody says, well, they're good coming off the bench because they give you that spark off the bench. Well, yeah, but how about your spark could be from the tip off, and you actually have a 10-point lead at the first time out rather than having to play from behind.
And especially in the jungle on Saturday, I'm really nervous. If we don't have that spark from the opening tip, we're going to go down 20-5.
Is that what it's called, the jungle?
I'm pretty certain.
The jungle? I know it's between the plains.
The issue with that place is we're going to get mugged. There's not going to be any calls, and they're going to be hitting threes like crazy. So I'm just...
With the exception of Kentucky, I've said that there's not a team on our schedule we can't beat.
Yeah, but I bet he's got a good feeling right now that he might beat us.
He's probably not thinking that right now. Yeah.
No.
No, you're right. It's not. I think Clyde said earlier in the chat. We're going to get mugged on Saturday. I'm not, Caden. I'm not feeling good. I think you could, even before the season started, I think you could write down Auburn as a loss.
Yeah, that place can be rocking.
So,
what's Marcia talking about? You guys are 100% correct.
And she said question mark.
Question mark.
You think she meant to put exclamation point, or is she asking us if we are 100% correct? Hey, Auburn plays well though. They play aggressively, and that's something that we have not done this year. But Cal City's going to go back to small ball, Caden.
If we go back to small ball, we have a chance.
But that's what we did the other night to start off with. We went back to small ball.
But didn't he start Ugana in the second half?
Yeah, but so that's my point. Like, do you think he's actually going to stay true to his word and go back to small ball? Because Aaron Bradshaw played quite a bit in the second half the other night, and Ugana did too. Now I'm not complaining, because actually Aaron had the second best plus minus the other night. Reed Shepard had the highest plus minus, or the best plus minus, but Aaron Bradshaw was the second. So,
well, as long as you just play one of them at a time, it's still small ball. The issue is when we get like three big men in there at the same time, it just doesn't work very well.
It does not. Marsha says, yes, you guys are 100% correct on what you're saying. Well, thank you, Marsha.
Thank you.
So we don't get that a lot.
We're usually called rags. So
yeah, typical rags. So yeah. So how was that? So Kamier was good, Caden. Did they still have the pedway, or they got rid of it? Right. They have built it back.
You can walk around most of it until you get to like the convention center.
Yeah,
you actually have to walk across the street to get to the convention center. You like go down to this sketchy garage and then walk across the street.
That's the worst, having to walk outside.
But it wasn't cold this time. It was like in the 60s. It wasn't bad.
So it was fine. I just remember I thought it was cool to be able to walk from my hotel room to the convention center, to the exhibits and everything, without having to go outside. But I guess you do now.
It was such a cool feeling, like going there in high school, especially like me. I grew up in Hanson, Kentucky, and like going up to the big city because I made All-State. It was pretty cool.
Oh yeah, you felt like you're the stuff, going to the big city, and everything. Yeah, that's right. What's down there on it's 4th Street where all the places to eat are, right?
Yeah. You get the restaurants and the bars on 4th Street.
Eat anywhere good down there? Where's the best places to eat down? You said you found a good coffee shop up there. Did they have any good deal 2 for 1 on coffee and flowers over there?
No, not there. What was it called? I can't think of the name off the top of my head. Jonathan and I ate at a pretty good Mexican place that was right there by the convention center. It wasn't too expensive either. It was pretty good.
There was Potbelly's.
Blackbeard. I think it was called Blackbeard Coffee.
Blackbeard Coffee. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. If
it's pretty good.
Ever in Louisville for any reason. Can't think of any. Besides KMEA, man, that's the only reason I've ever went to Louisville before, really.
I went there for a wedding one time, but outside of that, I wasn't the one getting married, by the way.
Yeah. Well, happy Valentine's Day. We'll go ahead and we'll open up the phones. If anybody wants to call in, 502-234-1504. Some of our best shows that we've done, actually, I haven't had any topics written down. Funny enough, tonight's one of those nights. I don't have any topics written down, because there's so much going on with Kentucky basketball. It's almost hard to talk about. Okay, Matt Jones was talking about this on KSR the other night. He was like, "Man, it's almost hard to talk about this team because it's almost easier if they're really bad, and everybody's kind of on the same page, or if we're really good, it's obviously easy to talk about it." But when they keep giving you this false hope, this like fool's gold of having these bad stretches and then win a game, it's almost like, well, what do you say? How are you supposed to analyze the team? And you got half the fan base is mad, half the fan base is happy. What are you supposed to say?
There's nothing to say, right?
So the other night, I didn't even feel good that we beat everybody. A bunch of people I feel like were happy that we beat Ole Miss and feeling good and saying it was a feel good win. I didn't feel that. I mean, I don't know. I don't even know how to feel, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to see us have a good outing against Auburn for me to feel anything.
But it's almost like the rest of the regular season doesn't even matter. Right? Because you're almost certainly going to be playing on Thursday, the SEC tournament, which is just laughable,
Is that what day does it start? It starts on a Wednesday, right?
I think it starts on Wednesday.
So we're not the bottom of the barrel. We're
pretty close.
Higher up. Yeah.
Yeah, we're a little bit higher than the bottom, which is not where Kentucky basketball should be.
Hey, whoever just called, please call again. Came through as a missed call. So we're already starting off.
Yeah, we're starting off hot, But
assuming Clyde, so
it's probably Clyde. It's probably Clyde. We say whoever like it's going to be the. Although last show we did get a new caller, though. Matt from Madisonville, Caden. That's your stomping grounds. We had Matt from Madisonville.
Yeah, and I looked him up. I don't think I know Matt.
Well, it's somebody we don't know. I remember when somebody commented for the first time we didn't know. It's like, hey, that person isn't my brother or my mom, and he commented. We started to feel like good
Clyde
podcast.
Actually called in and we couldn't believe it. We actually got a call.
Yeah. Well, it took some persistence for him to call in because, the phones weren't working at first, kind of like they aren't right now, I guess. But, but we'll get him at some point in here. So Pete McGregor says, I sit on a Cal show the other night when referring to the fans being harsh, that personally I've never felt like I have had to be over the last few seasons. I've never felt I have had to be over the last few seasons. Yeah, everybody's frustrated right now, for sure. Are we getting a call? I'm hearing something.
I turned my volume up. It just keeps coming through as a missed call, Coleman.
We might have to reset.
It's the same number every time. I'm assuming it's Clyde.
Louisville basketball.
Let me reset the app.
Do a complete reset.
Let me do a complete reset.
Complete hydrolysis.
All
That's
right.
what's going on.
I did a complete reset, so we can try it one more time. And then
All
if
right.
this doesn't work, Coleman, you can maybe take over if you have it set up.
Okay. Well, yeah, I could find it if this doesn't work. I'm sure it'll
It
work.
says LOL, so that means it was him.
That means it was him. Yeah, for sure. But was it last episode we had Cody on? I think it was.
Was that Talkin Spanked?
That was Talking Spanked.
I leave the show for 1 week, and the title ends up being Talkin Spanked.
Talking Spanked, and the calls lit up. You know, we got the Matt from Madisonville in there, and Clyde called in as well. I thought it was funny. Cody didn't waste any time. He was like, "Yeah, I'm done with Cal."
First thing out, like one of the first things out of his mouth.
Yeah, I'm just done with Cal, man. Half of me was kind of hoping we'd lose the other night, so we could come on here and just have a big, complaining fest. But that didn't happen. You know, we had a good win. So again, I don't know how to feel. What team are we going to get? Okay, this is not good for March. You know, because it's going to be that second weekend. We're going to play Kansas State, and we're going to lose. I feel like it's going to happen again. I feel like we truly like that. It's a really weird feeling, but I almost feel like, we could get to the national championship and I'd still be like, I don't know for good, man. Like, you know what I mean?
And honestly, we could blow Auburn out, or we could get blown out. You just never know what you're going to get.
Yeah, right.
Kind of like that box of chocolates that Forrest Gump talked about.
Yeah, Valentine's box of chocolates. I feel like getting like Nerds gummy clusters is much better than getting a literal box of chocolate. Does anybody actually like fan. Those?
I don't know about the box of chocolate. You give me some Reese's though. I'll take that.
What about the Russell Stover, chocolates that come in? Those have got to just taste like plastic, right? I mean, those can't be good. Like the big heart things you get at Walmart and everything.
Are you talking about, with the just different kinds of chocolate? Yeah, I feel like half of them are usually terrible.
That's like the quintessential, I forgot it was Valentine's Day, guy going to the grocery, gets like the last little thing of roses that are on clearance and a box of chocolates. Yeah, I feel like that's not a good move.
One time me and Morgan went to Walmart. Yeah, Clyde, I keep getting your calls.
I'm gonna see if I can get my equipment here. By equipment, I mean iPad. So I'm gonna get that. Caden, you could seal the show here. Oh, Marsha's gonna call too.
Marsha, the number's 502-234-1504.
Yeah, but
did I get that right from memory, Coleman?
Oh, that's right. You got it. Yeah, we don't have a sponsor yet. If anybody wants to sponsor us, I'm gonna get the iPad. Hang on.
Yeah, sorry guys. I don't know what's happening. It just says missed call, no ring or anything. So maybe Coleman's equipment will work a little bit better. Pete McGregor, I said on a Cal show the other night when referring to the fans being harsh that personally I've never felt I have had to be over the last few seasons.
I read that one earlier too, and
did you? Sorry. Oh,
I wasn't sure what he meant.
now it's working. Yeah.
Okay, it's because I got mine. Okay, well, you want to answer it?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, cool. Well, glad I got mine.
You're on with Talkin Kentucky. Who's this?
It's Marsha. Happy Valentine's Day, guys.
Happy Valentine's Day.
My favorite too.
Yeah, happy Valentine's Day.
So, what are you guys thinking? In all honesty, you all were talking about the Ole Miss game. Underneath, when our defense did look a little better, but you can still see it underneath it. You can.
Is
terrible.
So you think it was a combination of our defense was a little better and they just shot bad?
It was a little better, but you can see it underneath. I just can't believe we got Big Z. Honestly, if he's pro, he better go on home. I mean, I just can't see why we passed up Oscar, because in the beginning, Oscar was going to stay. Bradshaw waited, and I thought he was going to bring Dillingham with him. that was the case. At least that's what I thought it was. Well, those guys are going to leave anyway this year, after this year. They would have not heard if Oscar had been there. We'd had a Final Four team with Oscar. No doubt, especially with our backcourt as good as they are. I think it's a mistake to let him go.
We could use the rebounding for sure.
Purdue, Hunter Dickinson didn't go. They didn't go. Oscar kind of was pushed out in some ways.
Coleman, what was that?
He could get 1 for 2, so he went in and done that. And then what happens? Bradshaw breaks his foot. And I'm like, oh boy. I mean,
well, the rebounding would help for sure. Certainly, I think Marsha. I think our rebounding would be a heck of a lot better if we had Oscar.
I'm not convinced the defense would have been though.
Yeah,
and he puts it right back up. And and everybody says, "Well, he clutters the lane." Well, he really doesn't. Cal had him throw it to him last year all the time, and they were all frustrated. I mean, we had a mental breakdown in our team last year, period. But we have a little bit of a tear right now. And it's like you can see it because you can see where Thiero is even a little disgusted. But, if you had Bradshaw on one in the 4, you had Trey or Thiero, and you had Oscar in the middle, I don't think anyone would have stopped us. I really don't.
Well, Marsha Dillingham, Rob Dillingham is Kate and I's favorite player. Who's your favorite player? You got to tell us it's Dillingham too.
Overall, my favorite player is Reed. He is the smartest.
Reed Shepherd, yeah.
All the way around, the best player. He sees the whole court when he's playing point. DJ gets out of hand. He's faster. I mean, DJ's faster, but Reed is fundamentally sound, totally.
Yeah, but did you see Dillingham score on that forward and then call him small? I just love that. I think that's what we need to have again in Kentucky basketball.
I like him. When he gets hot, I mean, he gets the team going. It's same for Reeves. If they hit that one shot, they get going. But I saw Auburn last night, and they were all over them. I mean, they were double them. If we're going to go, say, a smaller team, I'd press. We're faster. If you get the big guys in there, we're slower. The big guys, like I watched Z the other night kind of step out and guard. Well, he just faked him and went right around him, right into the basket. That's all they do to our big guys. I mean, we see it as a coach. I mean, it's just noticeable. I mean, I'd try smaller if I was him because I think Burks and Edwards is okay to come in. I mean, we've got the team to do that, but he hasn't done it all year. A zone, it will not help. They'll get in the middle of our big guys and just fake them out and go right in the basket. I'm just appalled that he didn't keep Oscar because, look, all these guys are going to be gone anyway. They're going to be gone. It wouldn't have hurt Bradshaw if Oscar stayed. Nobody. It wouldn't have hurt us.
I would like to see small ball with Oscar. That would have been interesting.
Small ball with Oscar would be interesting. Can you imagine Oscar at the 4, Trey at the 5, and then small ball?
Oh my God!
I'm thinking just Oscar and 4 guards.
And the biggest mistake he made was getting Z Foreigner. Well, he does finally get to play. Good God. The first game, I thought, well, he's going to be pretty good. The second game, I just wanted to laugh. He's like some big kid out there that needs some serious footwork. And Uganda's a little awkward. He's getting better. If he played a little bit more last year, I think he'd be even better.
Yeah.
But they're too slow for us. They can't get stand ball. I'm like, throw it up and get it in there. You can't lob.
We are getting Caden. We've talked about this the other night, Caden. We are really bad. You remember a Kentucky team that's been worse at throwing lobs than this one?
Yeah, and it's just because our bigs, I feel like, have butterfingers. So I don't.
Yes,
I don't get it. But Marsha, before we let you go, what's your prediction for Saturday? What's your score prediction?
I think we're going to get beat. I don't I mean, we're going to get beat there at Auburn. I'm pretty sure. I don't want to see a blowout, but we could be beat by 10, maybe. We could be. I watched them last night. I was impressed.
Yeah, the thing about
I'd say
SEC
maybe
though
by
is
8 or
it's
10.
so inconsistent. I feel like teams like
Stay
they lost to
close, though.
Appalachian State this season, and then they beat South Carolina by 40. So I don't get it.
Yeah.
But Marsha, as always,
Yeah.
thanks for calling in, and
Yeah,
I
Marsha.
hope we
It's nice
start
talking to
hearing
you
from you
guys.
more often again. We enjoy
Yeah,
your
Marsha,
calls.
it's been a while since we heard from you, so we hope you're doing well.
Purdue. Well, look, Edie stayed. Good God. They're good. Well, they look pretty good this year. They got some shooters, too, though. They really do. I mean, I don't think Purdue is awesome, guys, like everybody thinks they are. They haven't played anybody of significance to me. But I've been up there and watched a few games, but they got some shooters. They got some guards who can shoot. So Edie's not the only thing they have.
Yeah, it's
So it'll be interesting to play them now. But
It's their
you
big
know,
season.
they will get chance maybe. But anyway, it's nice talking to you guys, and good luck tomorrow night. That's all I got to say, because it's going to be we got to win. But
We
I
do.
don't know. I'd say 8 or 10.
I
Probably.
can see that. All right, well, have a good one, Marsha.
Yeah. Bye, guys.
It's been a while since we heard from Marsha. Throwback caller there.
She had to
That's
get that
good.
Purdue comment in there at the last second.
I know. I said, Marsha, we hope you're doing well. It's good to hear from you. And she said, well, I think Purdue's really good. I was like, oh, okay.
Just let it be known.
Not much has changed. Yeah.
I judged solo and ensemble a few weeks ago, and a girl came in there, and her parents had on Purdue shirts.
Oh,
And I was like, you all must be Zach Edey fans. One of them was Purdue fan, and one of them was a UK fan. I wrote Go Cats on the score sheet, so I had to get that in there. Might get my 2 cents in there.
That's right. Get your 2 cents in there.
Clyde, I keep getting calls from you, but I think it's got to be your signal or something.
Clyde,
Marsha's
your phone
word.
is scuffed.
I think your signal's scuffed, Clyde. Get on that Wi-Fi call in or something.
Yeah, there you go. Call my cell phone again.
Yeah.
Yeah. You
Oh,
do
does
that.
he have your number?
I don't know if he still has my number or not. He might. Josh got a new job that he can't watch live. Is that right? I think that's the case on Thursday nights. I think he works at night now. So I think he has to go back and be a podcast listener now, unfortunately. So
okay.
Miss Josh's calls. Maybe we could set something up to where Josh can like leave us voicemails or something like that. Or send in an audio message.
Yeah, like Theo Vaughn does. You know, on Theo Vaughn's podcast, he'll just start playing. He'll like pause it and talk about it like he's actually talking to the person. It's pretty cool.
Hey, that could be something.
Clyde keeps trying. There's like 10 Clyde missed calls.
Well, he's persistent at least, so that's good. Pete McGregor, I didn't see the Auburn game, but I'm guessing their D was a factor. Speak of another throwback Talking Kentucky fan in the comments. William Neat. Hello, guys. It's been a while. Hey, William, how's it going? That would make it tonight. William, that making another good night yet for him to call in. I feel like William's called in once before, right? I think we got a William Neat call once.
Because we Talking Neat? Didn't we do something like
that?
It
was Talking Neat.
We've had like 90 now, so I don't remember.
502-234-1504. Hope you're doing well, William. So he says same results from UK basketball. That's right. Yes, it is. But let's see. Okay, Clyde's giving up. He's trying to call in. He probably thinks
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Eight missed Clyde calls. I'm sorry, Clyde, but I don't know what to tell you. You leave a voicemail.
Yeah. Leave a Hey, please just leave a voicemail. Clyde, call back and leave a voicemail. Please. That would really make my night if Clyde left a voicemail. I don't know that anybody's ever left a voicemail on the Talking Kentucky.
He leaves them in the group chat.
He leaves them in the group chat. That's right. He says freaking technology. Clyde, leave a voicemail. We'll play it on the show if it's G-rated, which is it's a good chance it won't be. But you can go ahead and do that. So Caden, we've got Auburn on Saturday. We got LSU next week, and then we got Alabama, right? And then who do we have after that? We played
Mississippi
Tennessee,
State,
Mississippi State on the road, right? Arkansas at home, right?
Vandy
at home.
and Tennessee's the last game.
Tennessee on the road. So we'll beat Arkansas and Vandy, right? Because those are both at home too.
Do we win at LSU?
Well,
I think it's working, Clyde.
Oh, dang it. I wanted to hear a voicemail.
I could not answer, so he'll do a voicemail.
Yeah. No, that's okay. You can answer.
Is it working?
Yeah, I think we got you now, Clyde.
I swear to God. Oh, my Lord. This is embarrassing. Stupid
What?
technology, I swear. I'm about to
Kentucky basketball?
window. I'm telling you. I'm about to throw it out my window. Stupid ass phone.
So how's it
Well,
going?
you're on now. Yeah.
So why are you all so negative on Kentucky basketball now? I thought you were
I just
positive
don't-
yesterday.
Y'all don't get it. Like, y'all don't understand. Auburn has not lost a home game all year. And plus, they beat the heck out of South Carolina the other night, who bullied us.
Oh, we get it.
Yeah.
We're worried. We're worried right there with you.
Okay, now I remember when we didn't lose home games.
Once upon a time, we didn't lose 3 straight home games.
Well, those days are over, you know. I mean, the days of not losing at home in Rupp Arena, those, you next year, we might get 4 or 5 home losses next year. You know, I mean, it's just.
Not if Jay Wright's the coach.
That's why you can't be all negative like that when you tell us that we got to be positive.
I'm not being positive no more. I'm over Cal. I stand with this team. I stand with the players because I love the players. I love the team. I enjoy them.
I think every player is a good person. You know?
No more.
They all got
Cal's an overrated.
They all got great attitudes. You know, we can't hate the players. So I agree with you.
I love this team. I just don't care about Coach Cal no more. That loss against Gonzaga was it for me. That was the final straw, and it's been the final straw since Saturday, and it's not going to change either. It's not going to change. I don't care if we win a national championship. I don't care. It's not going to change my feelings about Cal moving forward. I'm done with him. I'm tired of him. I'm tired of his little excuses, little house on the prairie. I'm done.
I forgot about that.
I'm tired of him saying, "Do I have to go do radio?" Yes, you are the head coach, you idiot. Of course you have to go do the radio, stupid. I mean, that's what you do as a head coach here. But apparently he's so stuck in his stubborn ways. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it.
Well, welcome to the club. Have a beer.
Yep. Yeah. What, Mom? I'm just talking, Mom.
I'm on with Talkin Kentucky, Mom.
I remember the first time Clyde called. He said, "I'm on the phone," and I think somebody was like, "Who is it?" And he goes, "It's Talkin Kentucky."
His sister.
It's okay. She didn't know. She thought I was arguing with somebody else. I told her. She said, "Oh, okay, I'm sorry." She didn't know who I was on the phone with.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No. Yeah. Well, she thought you were arguing with Cal.
I do want to say this. Marsha, it was good to hear from you on the phone. I know we haven't heard from you in a while, and I know a year ago, you know, I'm part of the main reason why you dipped out, and I just want to say I'm sorry, Marsha, for coming at you that way a year ago. I mean, never really got the chance to apologize, and since I'm blocked by you, I just wanted to say I'm sorry. I'm not mad at you. You know, you have your rights like everybody else does. And you allowed to feel the way you allowed to feel, just like everybody else. And I just want to apologize, Marsha. I never got the chance to last season after I got blocked. But now that you're here, now that I can finally say I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Marsha. Sorry that I made you mad. I'm sorry that I'm the reason why you did that and you left the show. But I'm glad to see you back. I'm glad to see you, you know, on the call. It was good to hear. It was good to hear from you, Marsha. I know Killian and Coleman are happy about it too, but I just want to apologize and say I'm sorry, Marsha. It was a year ago, and I'm sorry.
Coleman, start playing the music.
Yeah, sir. I thought we needed some dramatic. I thought we needed some background music for that apology.
Clyde, she
But-
says
No,
she
it's good.
appreciates that. So maybe y'all have made up now and y'all can be friends once again.
Yeah. I
That's
think,
not-
go ahead. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
That's actually not the one I meant to play. I think I meant to play this one.
Yeah, I was
It was the Shade and Sharp one. Yeah.
I was going to say, Coleman, that didn't really help things.
That's what I meant. Okay.
That was the
Anyway.
Shade and Sharp poem. Yeah.
Yes, that's right. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Clyde, well, before we let you go, Clyde, do you have anything, like, what's your final score prediction for Saturday?
Do you really want to know? Okay, well, I can
Sure.
you. I say we lose 100 to 78.
Looking for a blowout.
That would be bad.
That would be
We're
bad.
going to get killed. We're getting ran through. I'm telling you right now, it is going to be bad. So, Katie, you might want to turn off the TV after the first half and not watch the rest of it. Just fair warning.
It depends what happens. Sometimes, like when we don't catch an oop, I turn it off because I'm done with it. But I'll try to watch it.
Well, on that note, thanks for calling in, Clyde. We appreciate it. Thanks for the
Have a good one.
apology. And yes. All right. Well, it's never a dull moment. I'm glad we got that instead of the voicemail. You know, we need to make some apologies on Talking Kentucky, and
In some relationships.
That's right. That's what we do. So 502-234-1504. William needs us to buy our season tickets. William, do you still work at Rupp Arena? I feel like William worked at Rupp, didn't he?
Was he the one that worked at? Did he
I
work
think he
concessions?
I think he worked something. I don't know if it's concession. He's worked somewhere at Rupp Arena, and he said he'd wear a Talking Kentucky shirt. Which I feel like we need to throw that back out there, Caden. Why don't we do that? He said 9th time's the charm. Yeah, Clyde called in for the 9th time, and it finally worked. Stephen Agata said it sounded like an episode of Paul Feinbaum. Yes, it kind of did. But Caden, do we have it easily accessible to throw our merch out there to our fan base? I feel like we haven't done that in a while. Maybe we could. We're out at about an hour, so we can kind of start to round out the show here. I feel like we could pull up the merch, and really the best part of the merch on our merch page is the captions or the descriptions of the items. I mean, that's really the best part of it. So, we got the "Make You Fast Like John Wall" and a bunch of stuff.
Working on it.
Gotcha. William did work at Rupp, by the way. And William also says he'll be done if they bring in Eric Musselman. I don't think there's ever a chance that Mitch Barnhart, William, is going to hire Eric Musselman. I don't think there's a chance that he's going to hire Bruce Pearl, Eric Musselman, or Nate Oates. So I don't think you have to worry about that. But all right, what do we got here? Let's see. This is our Talking Kentucky merch. So if you haven't seen this before, you need to check it out. And Betsy, who gave me these lovely nerds, my Valentine, says Clyde is observing Love Reset Day. Love to see it. Yes, that's right. He very much is.
Talking Love Reset.
Talking Love. Well, maybe. Yeah, we'll name it. But anyway, our Talking Kentucky merch here. Haven't done this in a while. Caden, first of all, we have a plain white T-shirt, right?
4 different colors.
You can get it in black, you can get it in gray, or you can get it in dark gray, charcoal gray, whatever you want to call it, right? So
it is 100% cotton, by the way, and I have one of these. It does barely shrink, so just keep that in mind. If you usually wear a medium, you might want to get a large.
Yep. We got the moisture. What's the caption for the first T-shirt?
It'll make you a point god like Tyler Eulis.
Like Tyler Eulis, that's right.
That's what you want to be.
Yep. Okay. Then we got the moisture wicking tee. That will make you as fast as John Wall. That's right. And
also
you can get
in 4 colors.
In white, black, gray, or dark gray. I need to get one of these. We got the accented mug that's now navy blue and not Carolina blue like mine.
You Use this to drink your coffee the morning after hitting the L to puke, which, by the way, sounds like it's going to be in the second round this year.
Yeah, sounds like it, and we're not going to win.
This is my favorite, by the way.
Oh, yes.
My grandma got one of these, and it looks sharp. She actually has the dark blue like this.
Shade and sharp.
Really good. Yeah, it looks very shade and sharp.
Good. And then we got the bigger version of the bigger mug. No accent. Little bigger, but no accent on this one. Could still be used for coffee or beer or bourbon. We don't judge. That's right. Hey, how can you not love that? And then the iPhone case will make you protect your phone like AD protects the rim. Or, okay, we might need to change that to like Uganda protects the rim.
Yeah, you got the record now, right? So
yeah, we might need to.
I bet that looks pretty good on your phone. I haven't seen this one, like the physical copy, but
I might
$20.99. So
okay,
and
hey, we got good prices.
Like pretty much any phone you can think of.
So the link to this is on our Facebook page. It's pinned at the top of our Facebook page. It's called Talkin merch. So if anybody wants to order some Talkin Kentucky merch, it's Valentine's Day. It's already over, but it would make a great Valentine's Day gift for instead of a box of chocolates. I think that's good. William Neat says, "How about Cal? Please go to Texas or any of the other 48 states." T-shirt. So, hey, we'll do a last call for calls here. 502-234-1504.
Talk about that.
Love to hear from you. But so Caden, I wanted to talk about this too before we get out of here. What's it going to take for you to feel not upset about Kentucky basketball going into the offseason? What do we have to get to? Is it Sweet 16 do it for you, Elite 8, or does it have to be Final Four, have to be championship? What's it got to be?
2 straight championships.
2 straight championships? Okay. Well, I don't think it's going to happen.
At least a championship and then a Final Four next year. Then I'll feel a little better.
So you have to. So you're not going to be satisfied unless we win a championship this year.
Oh yeah, that's minimum
for you. Really? So you're not going to feel. So every year we haven't
had one since 2012.
So every year we haven't won a championship.
We as Kentucky.
Every year we haven't won a championship. You've been pissed off.
Yes, correct.
He owes us one from 2015 and 2010. Yeah. Marcia says you better get to praying. So, yeah. Marcia says Elite 8. I want everybody. I kind of want to poll everybody that's on here before we get out of here. What are you requiring as a Kentucky fan to be the end result of this season? Everybody put in the comments, but Final Four, Elite 8, championship, the bare minimum for you this year. Put your bare minimum in the comments.
I'll tell you what the prediction was from like 150 people from our poll that one day. It was like second round. Wasn't it?
Okay, Steven says bare minimum is play defense once. Clyde Harris says national championship. Marcia says Final Four.
Final 8.
Final 8 or Elite 8, I guess she means. William Neat says Final Four. So notice how everybody has said at least Elite 8. And sort of that's the consensus I feel like I'm getting from the fan base. We got to make at least an Elite 8 for anybody to even be remotely happy. Even making the second weekend, Caden, even making the Sweet 16 isn't really going to do it for people. Danny Morris says Final Four. Pete McGregor says at least Elite 8, but I want that trophy. Stephen Cotta says I'll go Sweet 16 on a realistic expectation, but no, not even realistic expectation. What do you expect as a Kentucky fan, like from Kentucky basketball, not whatever this is, from Kentucky basketball?
How about this? I'll take winning a game in the last 2 minutes.
Yeah, I'll take that too. Yeah. I think
or like in overtime.
In overtime too. That could be a good one. But hey, last call for calls, guys. 502-234-1504. Don't be afraid to give us a ring. That goes for you too, Cal. We want a ring. So win a championship. Steven Cotta says same as Caden. Pete McGregor sees, well, Elite Eight seems great, only looking back on the past few seasons. Yeah, it seems great, but we should be making regular Final Fours. Steven says your first, your last. That's right. Well, guys, thanks for checking us out as always. We appreciate it. Go to our Facebook page if you want any merch. We'll send it toward a GoFundMe to make Kentucky basketball great again. I guess. Not really. And you can follow us on all the things. Please like us and rate us and follow us and all the good things on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcast, Amazon Music, all those things that we're on. It really does help us if you rate us and share us on everything. Tell your friends. Pete McGregor says first and second round sucks. Sure does.
Marsha says you need luck to make the Final Four. Do you think? So part of me agrees with her, but do you think Coleman in 2012, when we won the championship, do you think that was luck?
No, that was dominance.
If we didn't have Anthony Davis, how far would we have made it?
We would have made the Sweet 16 or the Elite Eight probably. But that was Anthony Davis. I think if you get to the Final Four, you can win a championship.
Well, how many times has he gotten to the Final Four and not won? 3 times now?
Jonathan. Talking about Cal. Yeah, how many Final Fours?
Brandon and I made the Final Four.
We made one with 2015, 2012. Josh Harrelson made the Final Four.
That was Brandon.
We forget about that one. Oh, was that Brandon Knight?
Yeah.
Oh, that's because when we beat Ohio State.
Oh, and then Aaron Harrison's first year.
That's when
we made the Final Four.
That's when we played dodgeball with Jared Sullinger.
Off the chest. Yeah. So we're 25. So we're 1 of 4 in the Final Four.
That's 25%.
Mm-hmm.
It's about like our free throw percentage most games.
So it's time. What I'm saying is it's time. If we get to the Final Four, it's time. It's due for a championship.
William Neat, UK fans can't even blame refs anymore. It's sad. Yeah, that's when you know it's sad.
No one says anything.
That's when you know it's sad. That's when you know it's sad. We're not even blaming the refs. You know, I remember that. Yeah, we had every chance to win that game in 2015. Oh, that shot clock violation. It's like, yeah, but we were there. We had plenty of other chances to win that game. So, well, thanks guys for watching and everything. We really appreciate it. Like us, rate us, and all the things. We really appreciate that. And we're back on our sort of Thursday regular schedule now. Caden had some event, as you see behind him at the Galt House. He had some musical events the past few weeks, but we should be back on our regular Thursday night schedule. So join us here at 7:30 probably on Thursday night, anywhere between 7 and 7:30. And we love having you guys in here and watching with us and participating. And we couldn't do the show without you. So, well, Caden, you got anything else to add before we go? What are we calling this episode? We calling it Talking Very Berry? Talking championship? You got any ideas?
Talking
love reset?
Love reset.
Talking reset? That could be a good one.
Yeah, that applies to everything.
We do.
That applies to the show. That applies to the basketball team. That applies to
Clyde and Marsha. Yeah. I think reset is good. Let's go. Well, I'm going to reseal my bag of nerds and end the show. So thank you all very much. This has been episode number 86 of Talkin' Kentucky. Yeah, Pete's got it there in the comments. Reset. And for Coleman Scott, for Caden Holmes, we'll see you folks next time. Go Cats.
Beat Auburn,
I guess.
With the exception of Kentucky, I've said that there's not a team on our schedule we can't beat.